Hey everyone, happy Friday. I hope you've all been having a safe and healthy week. It's been a little bit, but I am back with a new edition of Friday Reads, and I'm really excited to share with you Resurrection by Siobhan Davis. Features Garrett and Jenna on the cover. This is a special edition cover, so when I include the link to purchase this book in the description, it won't have this cover on it, so don't get confused, that's the wrong book. Resurrection, that is the one. I also did things a little bit differently because I didn't take any notes while I was reading the book, which I usually do. I just wanted to fully immerse myself within it and just read it, and I'll just share with you my feelings about it without actually sharing like very specific moments. So I'm gonna read the back of the book and then I will share my thoughts with you. Everything changed the night my dad died, the night I first met Saint, Galen, Kaz, and Theo. Those manipulative a-holes set out to ruin me after our hot night together, but they didn't realize you can't destroy something that's already broken, and it only works if the victim cares, which I don't. Because I've been in hell for years and nothing penetrates the steel walls I've erected. Until the Sainthood decides I belong to them and cracks appear in my veneer. Their cruel games, harsh words, and rough touch awaken something inside me, and now I'm in trouble. They draw me deeper into their dangerous world until I'm in the middle of all the violence and gang warfare, tangled up in all the secrets and lies, and there's no turning back. Because they own me, and nothing has ever felt so right. I'm exactly where I should be. But with enemies on all sides, survival becomes a deadly game with no guarantees, and sometimes saints become sinners. So what I loved the most about this story was it had pretty much every element that I love personally reading. It had action, it had adventure, it had romance? Oh. I was gonna say drama and romance. Maybe I just made a new word right there. Had a little bit of everything, and it really keeps you on your toes because you're not sure, one, who to trust. Harlow, her nickname is Low. She really is in a tough spot. She doesn't know who to trust. Her mom, her friends, who really is her friend? She's trying to uncover so many different elements, like how her dad died. Was that some type of conspiracy? The other thing I don't want to give away. Let's just say she has a full plate and she's really trying to figure out and navigate how to deal with it. My favorite character for sure was Lo. She is so badass, and I love a strong female character where she just doesn't take any crap from anyone, and she just is so strong and powerful, and I loved it. Loved her. I did ask Siobhan a few questions about the story, a little mini interview, so I am going to share that with you now. If you could only describe Resurrection in one word, what would it be, and why? And Siobhan says, twisty, because it's full of unpredictable twists and turns, and there's no way anyone can guess where the story is going. Yeah, I very much agree with that. I was gonna say unpredictable, which she called out in her response, because it really is just that you just don't know where it's gonna go, which is one of the reasons I liked it so much. Without giving that much away, what was your favorite scene to write? And she says, God, that's like asking me to pick a favorite child. I have so many scenes I loved writing, but I think the scene in Prestwick Forest was my favorite. The guys tested Lo, and she passed with flying colors, showing what a true badass she is. And she really was. I think my overarching maybe favorite element was just how she uses what she has against people. So these four guys are very much attracted to her in different ways, and she uses her looks and her personality and just all these different elements in her arsenal against them in different ways. And I like how she's able to disarm them in not so obvious ways. Harlow is such a badass in this book, a mix between, these are in my opinion, a mix between Buffy and Angelina in Tomb Raider. Is her persona something you had developed prior to starting the novel, or did that progress as you started writing the story? And she says, I knew she was tough because she's a survivor, but the extent of her badassery surprised even me. I'm not a plotter. I let my characters lead the story, so those characters progressed authentically as the plot developed. I love how she owns who she is and makes no apologies for that. I honestly couldn't agree more. I love Lo. She's probably one of my favorite characters I've read, to be honest. She's just so strong and powerful, and she doesn't take anyone's crap. And I loved it. And my last question for her, Siobhan, was, as the reader reaches the final pages of Resurrection, what would you like them to take away? And she says, I want them to feel like they have just lived this story, and for the world and these characters to stay with them even after they turn the last page. So thanks, Siobhan, for taking the time to answer my questions. Honestly, I thought this was such an amazing book. Resurrection, Siobhan Davis. If you like, there's just so many things that I pulled from a lot from this. So for instance, I got a lot of Riverdale. If you like that TV show, you'll love this book. It has a lot of darkness and different elements of that. From Lo's standpoint, again, I mentioned Buffy because she's such a powerful character. I got a little bit of that within her character. And then I said Angelina Jolie as well, just because of from the physicality. And Lo is very good with guns and knives. She is hardcore. So yeah, if you've read Resurrection, let me know what you think. And I hope you have a great upcoming weekend, and stay tuned for upcoming Friday reads, and don't forget to subscribe.